A lion stood face to face with an elderly woman as the crowd watched in horror. Everyone braced for the worst, but what happened next no one was prepared for. Some say animals don't understand loss, that they live only in the moment, but sometimes they remember more than we do. The day the lion walked out of his enclosure, the zoo fell into panic. Parents pulled their children close. Security shouted orders. People ran. A full-grown lion was loose. Everyone expected something terrible, but the lion didn't roar. He didn't charge. He didn't attack. He walked calmly, as if he was looking for someone. What no one knew was this: the lion wasn't escaping. He was remembering. Years earlier, far from crowds and concrete, he had been found alone in the African savannah. Still a cub, bleeding, his front paw badly injured. Rescue workers arrived too late to find his pride, and too early to leave him behind. They carried him to safety. Among them was a woman named Eleanor Hayes. Quiet, patient, kind. She cleaned his wound, fed him by hand, stayed beside him through the nights. For months, she became the first human he trusted. The injury healed, but not completely. His paw never fully recovered. Releasing him back into the wild would have been a death sentence. So Eleanor made a difficult choice. She found a zoo with real space, strong ethics, and long-term care. She spoke to the directors herself, and when the time came, she said goodbye. She believed he would forget her. Years passed. Eleanor grew older. Her hair turned white. Life moved forward. One afternoon, she visited the zoo with her granddaughter. They stopped in front of the lion enclosure, and Eleanor froze. She recognized him instantly. The slight limp, the calm eyes, the way he watched. She smiled, relieved. She had feared he might no longer be alive. She didn't know he had already recognized her. Because lions don't remember faces the way humans do. They remember scent. The next morning, a fire alarm echoed through the zoo. Emergency systems triggered. A gate malfunctioned, and the lion stepped out. Chaos erupted. People screamed. Security froze. Everyone expected something terrible. But the lion didn't run. He followed a trail no one else could sense. Past fear, past noise, past the crowd, straight to a quiet bench near the trees, where Eleanor Hayes was sitting. A zookeeper shouted. The crowd held its breath, but Eleanor didn't move. She looked up and whispered his name. Atlas. The lion slowed, lowered his head, and gently lay down at her feet. He closed his eyes. No aggression, no dominance, only trust. After that day, everything changed. The zoo prepared a special chair for Eleanor, right beside the enclosure. Not for visitors, not for cameras, for her. She came often, always at the same time. Atlas would walk over and lie down across from her. They would look at each other in silence. Eleanor never knew how much time passed. 2 hours, maybe 3. People came and went. The zoo lived its noisy life. But for them, time didn't exist. Like two souls who had lost each other long ago and finally found their way back. Sometimes Eleanor brought an old photo album, faded pictures from Africa, a young woman, a tiny lion cub, Atlas playing on the ground, being fed from a bottle, his injured paw carefully bandaged. She turned the pages slowly. It felt good to remember, and somehow, it felt like he remembered too. Then one day, Eleanor didn't come. Atlas walked to the fence, lay down in front of the empty chair. He waited. An hour passed, then another. The next day, the chair was still empty. A zookeeper noticed. He found Eleanor's address in the records and went there. The neighbors spoke quietly. They said she had passed away. They handed him an envelope. Inside was her will. Eleanor Hayes left everything she owned to Atlas, the lion she had saved so many years ago. She asked that the money be used for his care, for safety, for dignity, and to ensure that no animal in the zoo would ever be left without help. The administration was deeply moved and honored her final wish. And Atlas no longer paced his enclosure. He didn't search. He didn't call out, as if he understood that Eleanor Hayes was gone, that she had gone somewhere. people do not return from, but every day, at the same time, Atlas still walked to that place. He lay down and looked at the empty chair. Not because he was waiting, but because some bonds do not end with death. Do you think animals understand loss? Or do they simply love in a way humans have forgotten?